What's going on, everyone? Michael here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about what you should expect when you invest in the Pokemon TCG. Now, first things first, this is not the stock market, okay? You are not going to buy this stuff, and you are not going to watch it increase and decrease at a certain rate. You're not going to get 8% a year, 7% a year every year. That's not how this works, okay? It's a trading card game, not a publicly owned company. So with that, there comes a little bit different. You can't just sit there and really watch the market, so to speak. You can't just, sit there and watch. That's the easiest thing. You have to have certain expectations, and it follows kind of a certain trend. Now, those trends can vary. Certain sets, they outperform, underperform depending on what Pokemon has decided to do with those sets. So we're gonna go over a little bit about all that. So, solely speaking, I am talking only about sealed product. Sealed product is kind of it's the gold standard when you talk about investing in the TCG. And even more specifically, we're going to talk about booster boxes. It's the flagship. It's 36 packs of just one set. And it's super easy to whatever the market is, you know what that is. When you get some of these other products, let's see, like we'll say this tag team tin, it may have 4 different packs in them. And depending on what's hot, the value of that set or this particular product might go up or down. But a booster box is, if people like Fusion Strike's going up. If they hate Battle Styles is going down. So I want to set a guideline kind of the premise of what we're going to be talking about. So it's strictly going to be really booster boxes, and that's it. Single cards are way too volatile. They change all the time, like huge swings. So if you want me to talk more about that, maybe in a separate video, just leave a comment down below. I'll think about it. It's so much harder to actually go over single cards. So besides that, again, Pokemon cards are not like stocks. You're not going to see the consistent rise to them. Okay, normally with stocks, you'll see kind of a daily where it goes up or down 1%, 2%. And, you'll see the day after day where it goes up and down. And you do relatively see that in regards to Pokemon cards. Well, you'll see, we'll say a new set releases, right? And you'll see when that set releases, it's usually anywhere between $100 and $110. That's what you can expect. Obviously, you may see some below, you may see some above. But for a while, it's going to stay between that 100 to 110. And you could really expect that for years. And the reason for that is because Pokemon, they always have the capability to reprint. And as they reprint, it keeps the price of these sets consistent and more often than likely lower. So in the case of some of the previous Sword and Shield sets, starting with like Battle Styles, they overprinted them significantly because of the 2021 pandemic, people getting crazy into Pokemon. They could not keep up with demand. And so what did they do? They just printed and printed and printed. And now so much stock was out in regards to Battle Styles and Fusion Strike and Chilling Reign that it flooded the market. Nobody wanted it. Battle Styles sat at some point below $90. And, that could be, it's one of those things that it happens. Again, poor performing set. And even Fusion Strike and Chilling Reign, sat sometimes below $100. And that's one of your worst, ones. Now, let's switch that. Let's go ahead and go with Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars. That's over MSRP. So you have your sets that do really well and do really bad. But I want to say this, and this is super hyper important. Do not fear when you see the prices of your product go down. Do not fear. And to show you what I mean is, I want you to go on TCG Player. I want you to type in booster boxes. Make sure you have Pokemon selected as the brand, Pokemon booster boxes. And then I want you to sort it by lowest price to highest price. And then I want you to go to the first actual booster box that's in stock. You're going to have a lot that are not in stock. Go to the booster boxes that are in stock. And I want you to look at all the prices for those. And I want you to look at what sets are the lowest. All the lowest sets right now are Sword and Shield era sets. And mind you, it's more about the ones that have been grossly reprinted. So your Battle Styles, Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, Brilliant Stars is way up there. Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, Astral, they're still new. You can't expect those to go up. And I want you to look at the first not Sword and Shield set on that list. And it's going to be, I believe, Crimson Invasion. And I want you to look at the price of that. Now, when I looked at it last, it was in the 160 range. Now, last I checked, 160 is above MSRP. And that is the absolute worst set from Sun and Moon. That was the previous era. That's the worst set, is above MSRP. Now, granted, it depends when you get in. Like I have been preaching, you buy this product when it first releases at that low price, at the 100 to 110. If you get lucky like Battle Styles and it's below 100, great. But all this product goes up. And if you're really like me and you're looking for the long term, we'll go X and Y era, okay? The worst set for that one is Steam Siege. What's that at? That's 210? 210. So if you bought it when it was 100 and it is now worth 210, well, yes, you're not going to earn 110 because of taxes and fees and whatever, but the value of the product you just bought has over doubled. And that's the worst product of that era. So don't worry when you see low prices. Do not, if you want my opinion, put it in a box way up in the closet and leave it. Just leave it there. Don't look at it. Don't obsess over the price of things, because then you're going to worry that you put all this money into it. Again, we don't ever over leverage, so you shouldn't have to worry about like, well, I got to sell it because I need money for this. Just leave it there, because it will go up. They always go up. And again, so you may have some lucky sets like Brilliant Stars and very more specifically Evolving Skies that's already over 300. Those are great. That's fantastic. If you got in early, I got in when it was like 135 is when I bought mine. And that's awesome. That's awesome. But you can't watch these sets daily because they are so, they follow a certain pattern. And realistically, the pattern is when the set is done being printed is when you can start to expect to see increases. Now, because we're going into a new era, these sets for Lost Origin and Silver Tempest are going to run out of print sooner because they have a whole new, they're not going to, the chances of them printing two different eras are pretty unlikely because of the difference of what the cards are, with the card backing, the different kinds of holos and stuff like that. And not to mention prices. We had a whole other video on that. Go check out that video if you want more on that. But you have to stay the course. I keep seeing people talk about year, Pokemon cards. I mean, granted, I will say this, it's about other TCGs, but they coincide. It's all the same concept. You do not look at this investment as a year-by-year basis. You look at this, and you have to be mentally prepared for 5 years. 5 years, minimum, is how long you should hold on to this product before you even really think about selling it. Now, granted, if you have something like Evolving Skies that has shot up and you want to sell it to use that money for something else, that's all on you. But in regards to watching the prices and seeing if what you purchased was worth it in the end, you don't look until year 5. And there is nothing out there that is going to do poorly in regards to under what you invested. It's impossible. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in Pokemon. Stock runs out. Eventually, demand gets higher as people want those older sets, especially with all these new alternate arts. You just have to stay the course, okay? Don't look at it, again, realistically, it's about 2 years, especially when you start an era. So, for example, with Scarlet and Violet, you could expect maybe 2 years before these early sets really run out. and you just have to stay with it. It is mind-boggling how much money you can actually make with this stuff if you just stay the course. And again, if you want me to make another video about single cards, let me know. It's gonna be a crap show because single card investing is a crap show. But if you're interested in it, let me know. Leave a comment. Make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you liked what I've talked about, go ahead and subscribe.